Hey guys, I'm Danny from Skycrafters. Today I'm going to give you a quick overview of Responder. Responder is a fully open source application that's being developed at Skycrafters right now. So what's it do exactly? Well, Responder is a super flexible application that listens to events as they occur on your cloud platform, and then it allows you to determine how you want to respond to those events. So Responder can be used to send you notifications that a particular kind of event has occurred, but Responder is also capable of responding to events by remediating or fixing them. This feature can be super powerful, and I'm going to do a quick demo. But before I even get into that, I just want to mention that Responder is platform agnostic. So while right now Responder's functionality is centered around AWS, we do plan on adding support for other cloud platforms like Azure and Google Cloud in the future. As of today, Responder comes out of the box with integrations for email, Slack, Google Chat, and Discord. But by the time you're watching this video, we will likely have added more actions and integrations. So for the most up-to-date features, please do just check out our repository on GitHub. I'll put a link in the video description below. So for today's demo, I'm going to go through two basic use cases. First, it's a scenario where the root user has logged into their AWS account. Now this violates the principle of least privilege, which essentially means that someone should only be given the privileges that are absolutely needed for them to complete their tasks. So logging in as the root user, who's all-powerful, is just bad practice in general. Now I've configured Responder to detect that the root user has logged in, and it's going to respond to that event by sending me notifications on my Slack channel, my Google Chat channel, as well as my email. Let's have a look. Okay, so here we are in Chrome, and I'm in the AWS console login section, and I'm going to try to log in as the root user. So let me just put in my email real quick. And finally, I'm going to put in the password to my AWS account. You'll notice one thing, we've now logged in as the root user. So I can actually go over to Slack and just sit around and wait for a notification from them. It's going to take a certain amount of time, usually about a minute or so. But what's going to happen is an AWS event is going to trigger Responder that the root user has logged in, and Responder is going to then send out a notification to me via Slack. So I guess it's going to happen via Slack as well as Google Chat. And we'll just sort of sit around and wait. Let's see how long it takes. All right. Popped right up. You can see warning, the root user has logged in. We can see the AWS account as well as the source IP address. If I sneak on over to Google Chat, you can see the exact same thing has happened. We see the AWS account as well as the source IP address. So this is a great way to send yourself notifications of certain events. In the next scenario, a non-compliant user has been created on an AWS account. Perhaps we work at a company that has a standardized naming scheme when creating its users. Let's say that the company's naming scheme is first name underscore last name. It would be really concerning to us if a user without the proper naming scheme was created. It might be a simple oversight, but it could also be evidence of some kind of security breach. So in this scenario, I've configured Responder to respond to the event of a non-compliant user being created by 1, notifying me via Slack and email that this type of event has taken place. 2, Responder is going to double check that the non-compliant user still exists after a certain period of time. And if so, Responder is automatically going to remove the non-compliant user. Afterwards, it's going to send me confirmations of the removal via Slack and email. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, so we're back in AWS, and I'm going to go into the IAM section so that I can create a user that is non-compliant, of course. So I'm just going to hop on over here to users. You can see 2 users that already exist. We're going to add a new one. And according to what I've set up in Responder, a non-compliant user is any user that is not first name underscore last name. So I'm just going to create non-compliant user. It would be compliant, of course, if I had an underscore somewhere in there. However, in this particular case, I'm going to make sure not to do that. Give myself programmatic access. I don't have to worry about permissions for now. As you can see, we've just created the user, and you can actually see that non-compliant user has been created. Now, I'm sure you see over here that I'm getting Slack messages. Let's take a look at what happened. Okay, Responders detected the fact that a non-compliant user has been created against the naming convention. We can see the severity of this. We can see the region in which it happened, the IP address of where the non-compliant user was created, the initiating user, and in this case the root, and then it's telling us that it's going to wait 10 seconds and take action if we had not taken any ourselves. At which point it told us that it's going to remove the non-compliant user, and then it confirmed that it had removed the non-compliant user. So if I just hop back over to AWS, you can still see the screen previous. If I just refresh this, you'll see that the non-compliant user has been deleted already. And so that was taken care of all 100% by Responder. So as you can see, it's a very powerful tool. Well, these two examples really just give you a taste of what Responder can do. But it's important to know that Responder is highly customizable, and it's actually capable of a lot more, even out of the box. So like I said previously, this project is 100% open source. So if you're interested in contributing, or you just want to take Responder out for a spin, please check out our GitHub repo. Also, you can join our friendly community of cloud practitioners at skycrafters.io. Both the links are in the description below the video. Thanks guys, and have a great day.